Hi guys, it's Andy from Man City Fan TV. How is everyone today? Hope you're well. Welcome to today's live chat. Today, as you can see by the scrolling bar down the bottom, what we've got is we're going to talk about obviously the fact that Uefa have charged Manchester City. They've also charged Dinamo Zagreb as well. But, for a few items that were thrown back to fans that were under attack by the Zagreb fans, with seats being thrown at them, glasses of pee and all sorts of crap. It's atypical. Another ban, another fine, another investigation. We only have to do the slightest things and they're all over it. So we're going to talk about the charge that's been given to Manchester City by UEFA. We're also going to talk about the coach of Portugal after calling up Bernardo Silva to the next round of international games, and he's called the whole accusations and the FA investigation and the outrage. He's called it completely absurd and goes on to explain his reasons why he thinks that. The fact that Liverpool only receive a £200,000 fine for the fact that they fielded an ineligible player for a cup competition. Absolutely peanuts at the end of the day. When I'm sure other teams, and I think there has been an example of this in maybe the lower league competition, lower leagues that were actually banned from and kicked out of the competition. City have signed a young kid called Oriel Antuna. We'll talk a little bit more about that as well on here, and then sort of any questions, any discussions you want to talk about, whether it be about the topics of today or any other things that you want to talk about. So thank you for coming on, and guys, please give us your thoughts in the comment section. So let me just see if there's anyone on and who is on. Leonard London's on. Evening everyone. How are you, Leonard? Brad Niblock's on. Hi mate, how are you buddy? Ryan Curry, hello governor, are you well buddy? Kiam says hello. Alexander Savage, good evening Andy, on my way home. You're walking. I hope it's not too cold there mate, because the weather is changing a little bit. You're listening to the stream, okay mate. We'll enjoy it and get involved if you can get involved, and please get involved. Pardo Oaks, hi Andy, how are you mate? Mark the Blue is on. Hi Andy and fellow Blues. Aaron's on. What an absolute joke. The football governing body hates us. Funny how the FA claim Bernardo is racist and target our Saudi owners. Our Saudi owners? Who's claiming that we're owned by the Saudis? Hypocrites. How's it going in Riga? Yeah, it's good, mate. It's okay. I've got one more day and then I fly back on Saturday, back to Manchester. So my final day tomorrow. But it's been a bit of a long one today, so I've not long been in. Section's on. How are you, mate? Hey, Andy and all the Sky Blues. Hello, John Grogan. How's Sniffles? Section. So how do we get charged for opposition fans wrecking our stadium? Well, according to UEFA, which we'll talk about shortly, according to UEFA, City fans were throwing missiles or items at the Zagreb fans. Don't forget, Zagreb have been charged as well for not only the same offence, but also for ripping up seats and things like that. And we'll talk about the potential ban that could be coming their way, and ask you what do you think is going to happen to City. Alexander Savage, the autumn has officially come here, mate. 16 degrees, rainy, grey weather. It's a bit colder here. It's 11 degrees. But yeah, it's certainly changed. Kiam's on. Hi, everyone. Happy Rags playing tonight. Yeah. On a Thursday night. Oh, what a night. Aaron said that's what they will call them. An Edie, mate. Andy, you mean? Oasis saying, why are they charging us? We're going to talk about that, mate. Missiles. Yeah, missiles. Alexander Savage, Balkan fans are generally pathetic and bigoted. Yeah, well, they do have a bit of a reputation, I must admit. Ryan Corrie, on the Liverpool fine, punishment should be getting kicked out of the competition, but they've done the same fine. Sunderland got a few years back. Hi Andy, it's Tommy. How are you? Hey Tommy lad, how are you doing, buddy? Hope you're well. Everybody, this Salford lad here is not a red. He's a massive Man City fan, big lad. Somebody who you might have seen, Tommy, coming on the channel, doing pre-match and post-match games. So he's been on loads on Man City Fan TV. Massive, massive blue. So even though he's called Salford lad, he is a big blue. So welcome on, Tommy. Good to see you. I've not seen you for a while, mate. Hopefully we'll catch up at the Wolves game. Ryan Corrie, West Ham had to replay a tie in the 90s for the same thing. Pardo Oaks, what will happen to Bernardo? We don't know. Spoke about it in depth yesterday. The fact that I think he's got till the 8th of October to appeal. So we'll no doubt that'll be taken right up to the point by the legal team. A balmy 9 degrees here today, is it, section? Imagine you're right up north, mate. So it's always colder there. Paul Standall, evening all. How are you, Paul? Leonard London, when away fans go to Zagreb, won't be nice, mate. Big mistake if you ask me. It's, yeah, hostile. Aaron, love phone keyboards and predictive text, mate. Don't worry about it. No charge for the Dippers pelting our coach then. Clearly not. Cheers, mate, said Salford lad. Alexander Savage, when Tottenham played Partizan Belgrade years ago in the Europa League, the Belgrade fans made an anti-Semitic banner. Pathetic. Well, you only have to look at the Nazi salutes and things they were doing yesterday, which have been on captured on film. I saw them on Twitter, and no doubt they'll be used by City or UEFA as well. Will they do anything about that? That's another thing. Ivers on. Good evening, folks. Chip and gravy muffins for tea. Very nice, mate. Ryan Corrie, Kiam, when you doing the next predictions video tonight or tomorrow? There's a question for you, Kiam. Paul Standall, had a Liverpool fan talking crap earlier. Some post on one of their pages showing how Liverpool did things the right way and don't need money to buy success. I pointed out their recent fine. Did you point out their recent spend as well? Told you Salzburg would give the Bin Dippers a game. I didn't see it, I'll be honest, but yeah, 4-3. And apparently the media it was such a wonderful game, even though, you know, Virgil van Dijk got absolutely skinned and put on his ass once as well. So, you know, this is a Ballon d'Or winner. Told you Salzburg, yeah. Was Martin at the game against Dinamo? Yes, he was. Kiam, probably tomorrow's game is on Sunday. Probably tomorrow game is on Sunday, Ryan. There you go. Section says it's a balm, not a muffin. It's definitely a balm cake, without a shadow of a doubt. I'm with you, Section. Muffin, no, I don't get that. Unless it's an oven bottom muffin, but that's a big sort of Lancashire thing. Otherwise, it's a balm cake. Aaron, all our players now should boycott the press. That way they cannot get into trouble. No social media either. Make some money, mate, especially in this day and age. Ryan Corrie sounds good. Kian says, I thought they were good fans until I heard about the stadium trashing and Nazi salute. Didn't see them doing anything until after. Martin was messaging me literally early on in the game saying, Jesus, it's all kicking off. And he was near them in the south stand and he said they were all kicking off. And then next minute he's saying they're ripping up seats and throwing them at us. And so Martin was there next to it. He saw it firsthand. Joseph Beattie, Haaland scoring a game. Would you buy him? Not too sure. Not one of those. It's like anything. Wait to see him do it at top level consistently. Paul says, just want to put this out there. Maybe controversial, but I've got to go. I've got to the point now where that I hate Liverpool more than I've ever hated United. They're another planet. I'm with you on that, mate. Absolutely 100% with you. Alexander says there are rumours about City signing Salzburg striker Haaland. His dad was a City player. He was, yeah. Alfie Hinger, Haaland, if you remember what happened to him at Manchester City. Roy Keane. Haaland looks a good player, very strong, close control, very fit lad. Still not good enough to wear sky blue. Yeah, I'd like to see more of him, if I'm honest. Haaland was great, and son of Alfie, get him signed up. I've got Frey Bentos and mashed for tea. Did they still do Frey Bentos pies? I don't know. Did they still do them? I don't know. Maybe they do. I only remember them as a kid. Alexander Savage, Paul Standall, the right at least have the right city in their name, right? Absolutely. Paul, I mean the fans. Yeah, I agree with you, Paul. Good thing Martin did get a seat to the head. Yeah, and by all accounts, I've seen a few things on Twitter with fans filming the right next to them, and they're lobbing all sorts of crap over. What do you think about Bernardo's situation? Isaac's there. We talked about it yesterday, mate. We spent God knows how long, nearly an hour, talking about Bernardo yesterday. So today we're not talking about that. We're talking about the UEFA charge. Case of love thy neighbour. Aaron said it's easy to forget what United fans were like now. They are irrelevant. I still despise them. There are some good ones out there. Don't get me wrong. John Grogan, why have the Dippers played 6 games out of 7 before City? Why have the Dippers played 6 games out of 7 before City? They've actually played 6 games. Oh, sorry. I was a bit slow on the uptake there, John. Yeah, well, there you go. Ryan Corrie should be 100% in for Haaland. Wanted a Dzeko backup striker since he left. Yeah, I'll probably hold fire on it for now, if I'm being honest. Section says, I've got SFC chicken, not a knockoff. KFC, I'm sure. Horsey says, Martin's on. Evening all. How are we? This tummy tickling fine evening. Joseph Beatty says, imagine if United lose to a mid-table Dutch team. It's going to be funny. Ivor says, some of my closest mates are big Reds that go home and away cracking lads. Yeah, there are some really good, Reds out there. So it's like every club. It's just Liverpool fans are just delusional, absolutely delusional. If you read a lot of what you only have to look at Pundit J, who we did the vlog with, the podcast with, and I retweet all of his stuff when he does the Let's Go Back videos. He's a United fan, but on the level. And there are loads of Reds that are like that. United fans I'm talking about. Liverpool fans are just delusional. And I'm sure there are some good Liverpool fans as well. I talk to United fans here in London, no problem. But Liverpool don't even say hi. Alexander says, Andy, any affection with Sunderland fans because they're mocking United fans back in 2012? Yeah, a little bit because of that. A little tiny bit, I must admit. Is the ripping out 150 seats thing true? Because I haven't seen any videos. Yes, it's true, mate. It is true. Go on Twitter, and I'm sure you'll be able to search it. There's video evidence of them throwing seats across it to City fans. Joseph Beatty, good point with Mendes and De Bruyne's crossing. Haaland would be ideal. Sign him up. Okay, so let's see. I'll put this point to you then, Joseph. We sign him up. Let's say we get him in January. Does he play and does he not play? And if he does play, whose place is he taking? And then next season, whose place is he taking? I can only assume you're going to sell Gabby Jesus because Sergio will stay to the end of his contract. So are we signing Haaland in replacement of Gabby Jesus, or are you going to sell Sergio at the end of this season with 1 year left on his contract? So that's what you're going to have to do. This is the thing. Some City fans, they just want to sign everybody, but don't really think about what's the consequences of that. And is Haaland quite happy to sit here for the next 18 months, waiting for his opportunity, playing cup competitions when he's already playing in the Champions League and is a regular starter? No. Are you going to drop Sergio Aguero and Gabby Jesus for Haaland? No. So why sign him? That's my point. Sorry, wrong account. The boss won't be happy. Yeah, I've already noticed that, Martin. Don't worry. Section, a lot of respect for Pundit J. He may be a Red, but he's classy. He's very funny. He's a nice guy, a really nice lad as well. Only a handful of seats got broke, not 150. Yeah, I don't know where the 150 came from. Is that been reported that there's 150? But according to one report, is that there is extensive damage to the stadium that's being repaired at the moment. So what that they didn't say, it's in the article. So I don't know whether 150 seats has been posted on social media, but they were picking up. There were seats being shown, being thrown. So. Ryan Curry, laugh out loud. Pundit J, what a true gent, says Martin. Alex says, one of the current most popular opposition politicians in Serbia is a Liverpool fan. How tall is Haaland? I'll be honest with you, I don't know, but his dad was big, so he must be over 6 foot. The seats were true. I was next to it, says Martin. Ryan, 6'3". Maybe when Haaland is older. Aaron says, surely they should be kicked out if we're getting a fine. Madness. Leonard says, my boss is a United fan and always says City are the best team for a long time. Well, here's an example. I was in the taxi coming back to the hotel and I had Talk Sport on earlier on my headphones, and there's a guy called Tony who goes on Talk Sport quite a lot. He's a Liverpool fan, and he actually turned around and was talking about the Liverpool game and blah 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 and Klopp. And he turned around and said, look, and they were asking him, I think it was Adrian Durham was saying, so are you going to win it, and how do you win it? And he went, look, at the end of the day, we got 97 points last season. He said, but City are the best team I've ever seen in the Premier League, by far. They're just the best team. We've got to understand that. They play the best football we've ever seen in the Premier League. And Liverpool are going to have to get 98 points, potentially a game, to beat City. Will it happen? I don't know. And they were talking about how this season Liverpool have gone very, very offensive, all-out attack. But the problem being that they're conceding loads of goals. So you do get some sensible ones from all clubs. It's just, sadly, with Liverpool at the moment, of the last year or so, it's just like the idiots are all over social media. But then I'm guessing social media can be full of idiots. 6'3", get him when he's older. Watching City on Wednesday night. You play Thursday because... I think we'll leave that one, Martin. Imagine if Gabby was 6'3". Oh, yeah, can you imagine? No Haaland, he's not a City-style player. His main strength is back to the net and hold up the ball. Yeah, I mean, I don't think we'd ever go for him. Let me jump there, sorry. Let me just go back. Loads and loads of comments. Thank you for those. I'd like to get Werner young very quick. Pep will turn him into a cracking player. I said this last summer about Timo Werner. I said Werner could turn into be a really, really great player under Pep. Though, again, listening to the radio, and I know people don't listen to Talk Sport. I'm not one of those who jump on the bandwagon, because a few people on social media go, Talk Sport, talk shite, and blah, blah, blah. And I listen to it because I like to be informed. Obviously, we're on this channel, we're running this channel. I like to hear what's going on. And sometimes you get some very good debates, and you hear opposition fans, and I don't just read everything that's media. So, let's face it, Man City fans who complain about Talk Sport, it's Talk Sport, they talk shite, blah, 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 blah. What did they do? Where did they get their information from? Do they have some link at the club? No, they get it from media. Now, we always slag off the media and the journalists. Why are they reading the media? Why are they reading websites? Why are they reading utter crap that the journalists read? So where else do they get the info? They get it from the media. So there's nothing wrong with listening to TalkSport. Don't be a sheep and just, because somebody on social media said, don't listen to TalkSport. If you don't want to listen to it, don't listen to it. Everyone has a choice. I listen to it because I like to know what's being said. Now, some of the stuff is crap, absolute crap. Does it wind me up? Sometimes. But I listen to it because there are always good opposition arguments that you think, he was quite sensible. What was he talking about? Blah, 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 blah. So I'm not one of these that buy in just because some people on social media, influencers, say, ban Talk Sport and don't do that. I mean, it's garbage. Think. You've got your own personality. You've got your own mind. You choose to listen to and read whatever you want. And if you don't want to listen to it, fine. Don't try and influence other people on what they want to listen to and what they want to read. It's just garbage. It's nonsense. It's sheep mentality. So anyway, this morning, I forgot what I was going to say then. I was listening to Talk Sport as well in the taxi going to the airport where I've been training all day. And, there was some good debates on this morning with regards to a point that was just brought up here with regards to strikers and the way strikers perform. So I'm going to talk about something in a second, which I'll come to. So I'll hold that thought for 1 minute. Just get back to it because I've got loads and loads of I don't want to get accused of not reading out. Please read out mine. So I'll read out your posts on it. I'd like to get Bernard Young very quick. Yeah, right. Why does everyone say we have to sell a striker? Why can't we go back to having 3 strikers all playing consistently like we used to? Aguero, Dzeko, Mario Aguero, Boni, Kalichi. None of them played consistently together. They didn't. It's that simple. Yeah, they just didn't. There was Dzeko complaining about game time when he was there. Mario Balotelli complained about game time when he was there. Boni hardly played because he was crap. And Kalichi complained when he was there because he didn't get game time. And he didn't do a great deal when he came on. So out of the 2, you've got Aguero, Dzeko, Mario, Aguero, Boni, Kalichi. We didn't play those 3. We didn't play Boni. We didn't play Aguero, Dzeko and Mario. We only played them at certain parts of a game. You rarely ever saw Aguero, Dzeko and Mario Balotelli start a game. Ever. And you certainly never saw Aguero, Boni and Kalichi play together. So you're going to sign Haaland. So he's going to sit on the bench. He's going to come from a Champions League team where he's a starter. And he's going to go and sit on the bench for City and play the odd cup game and the odd sub appearance. Gabi Jesus is in the same position at the moment. And Aguero is the number 1 striker. And we've already had reports of Gabi supposedly not happy and things. But you want to introduce another out-and-out striker. That's why it won't happen. Not in my opinion. Haaland's a proven goal scorer. There's enough evidence. 9 goals in 1 match. Champions League hat-trick. Goal at Anfield. He's better than Jesus. Oh, Joseph, stop being silly now. You're being silly. A player who's just played a couple of games and all of a sudden is now better than Gabi, who's the number 9 for Brazil. Come on. I hope you're not starting to wind everybody up, mate. They may not have thrown 150 seats, but I'm sure there were plenty of damage. It says there was a lot of damage. No need to replace the seats because we don't need them. Very good, John. Aaron, got a buyout clause of 30 million, biggest bargain in football right now, in my opinion. Aaron, Gabriel Jesus is quick and young. It's a good sign if Liverpool letting in 3 goals, best defence in the world. Well, yeah. And that's what they were talking about this evening. Jesus is still a distance off. Werner. Different leagues, mate. Different leagues. I'm very, very careful of comparing one player from one league to another. Wait to see if Werner would come and how he does in the Premier League. Different beast. And let's face it, if Gabi Jesus was playing week in, week out, and was a regular starter, the number 1 start for City, I'm sure you'd see a Gabi Jesus even improve even further under Pep Guardiola. Hey, also damaged the toilets and spray paint on some of the walls. Zagreb should be kicked out, set an example. Aaron says Werner has, ? Postandall, interesting that even Chris Sutton and the ref thought the VAR was rubbish the other night and they normally have nothing good to say about City. Yeah, they did. Evening Blues, looks like Uefa are up to their usual tricks. It does. Well, Blues, how are you, Fergal? You well? I mean to get him bedded in to prepare for Aguero's departure. The only dilemma will be Pep's contract. Won't know that until probably towards the end of this season, March time, because he's still got another season to go, and they tend to, towards the end of his penultimate year, that's when they tend to start negotiating with him to see if they can get him to sign another 1 or 2 years. What did Dinamo Zagreb do? Oh, they were ripping up seats, they were throwing pint pots full of piss and all sorts of crap. Why would anyone want to change Jesus? I don't know, a young player with his goal record at club level, international level. Well, this is the thing. I don't get it either. I don't get it. Right, Corey, I don't mind TalkSport. Prefer it to 5 Live because it's more football based. Plus, it's often quite funny. TalkSport is my guilty pleasure. I love sitting with TalkSport on when I have some spare time playing FIFA. This is a try to block City by winning against the jealous attempts by old clubs of UEFA. It is, Brian. Honestly, if there's a rule in Premier League about punishing racist stuff on social media, I think it's fair to charge Bernardo. Would have been unprofessional to make an exception because they're friends. Yeah, I'm not going down the Bernardo route per se, except for just a comment that was made by his manager today, which I can actually talk about now, as soon as you brought it up, and then we can put the Bernardo Silva stuff to bed. Portugal national team manager Fernando Santos has named the squad, and in there, obviously, is Bernardo Silva, who's been brilliant for Portugal and Man City overall. Obviously, the article talks about Bernardo being charged with misconduct by the FA over that tweet. And in a press conference today, Fernando Santos couldn't avoid being asked about the case. The manager tried not to say a lot, but claims the Manchester City player isn't being treated fairly. He said, "I would have to do a thorough analysis and talk socially about what I think, and it would be a very, very long conversation. So just 2 words, completely absurd. Bernardo is one of the players I know with the most human and social character. He doesn't deserve this." And they were the comments. And I know it's easy for somebody who is Portuguese to say something else about somebody who's a Portuguese player. I understand that. But, there's another example. So I think it goes to prove that there was no racial, undertones in his or intentions in his tweet. It was just probably naive and created this fight back by whoever. So I think he'll get a fine, a slap on the wrist. I don't think he'll be banned. I think he'll get a fine, and he'll be going to some education program and whatever else. I believe Jesus is a winger, not a striker. Sign Haaland, move Jesus to the wings, sell Sane. Okay, so you're going to put Mahrez back on the bench now? Are we going to drop Raheem Sterling? So now you want to move a number 9 striker for Brazil and Man City. You want to move him to the wing, and we want to, all for the sake of buying some kid who has hardly played any games and just scored a few goals in an average league. Really? Joseph? Not for me. Even though we know there's no bad intentions. Yeah. They didn't play together, but the season before Pep arrived, you had Aguero play 30 league games, Boney and Kelechi both played 26. Well, what? They didn't start 26. They may have played, but they didn't start 26 games. That's for certain. They might have played and come on as subs and things like that. They certainly didn't start 26 games. Boney certainly didn't. No chance. Haaland has a good month and now he's a great player. So funny, says Ivor. I agree. And that's not to say, I'm not saying that Haaland won't be a great player. Don't get me wrong. He's got bags of potential, but so have 20 people in the Premier League. So have 30 strikers across Europe. Doesn't mean to say just because they've had the start of a good season that suddenly now they're the answer to Manchester City. I mean, I don't get that argument whatsoever. I just don't get it. I don't get it whatsoever. Joao Felix, he played last season. We saw the whole season last season what he was like. He's now doing it at Atletico Madrid, coming in. But they had to pay an absolute fortune for him. Haaland, we've yet to see what he's like over a full season in, let's face it, hardly a brilliant league in world football. I'm not saying he's not good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he's not a good player and he wouldn't go on to be a great player. But I just think some of the comparisons and reactions to now starting moving players out of position, to dropping players, to getting rid of players, to all because of a kid who's played a few games and scored a few goals. It's like, I don't get that. Sorry, not for me. It ain't FIFA, fellas, but I'd love Mbappe. I'd like Mbappe, I must admit. Don't know whether we'd afford him. Haaland's been great all season. Check his stat. All season. How many games? All season. We've only just gone into October. Let's see all year, into next year when the season's finished, and let's see where he finishes up, and let's see how he does for his team and, let's face it, his international team as well. Just because he's had a good start, it's like saying Timo Pukki. Oh, let's get Timo Pukki. Oh, come on, let's spend 80 million on Timo Pukki. He's had a brilliant start to the season. He's got to surely replace Gabby Jesus. Surely. Surely he's got to replace Gabby Jesus. Oh, let's move Gabby Jesus onto the wing. Let's get Pookie in, and he can play. Sorry, Joseph, I disagree with you, but we're all entitled to our opinions, mate. And you might be absolutely spot on, and who knows, Haaland could go on to be like this incredible Cristiano Ronaldo style, Didier Drogba style that will go, missed out on him. Or we might even buy him. You might be spot on. We might just get rid of him, and we might buy him and say, Gabby, you're sold. We'll get him in. Or we'll sell Sane and we'll get him in. If you gave me the choice of do I want Haaland or Sane to stay at Man City, Sane every single day of the week. Every single day of the week. What do we got? Why would we need anyone else? Whilst we have Aguero, Jesus, hard to improve on that. I agree. Uefa are a big fraud. They are. Haaland is around 3 steps down from a City player. He's a West Ham level player. I must admit, I've only seen bits and pieces of him. I've seen him play a few times, and he looks a decent player. Would I replace him for anybody at Manchester City? Not in a million years. In my opinion, only Mbappe is better than Gabby and Aguero. Aguero's better than Gabby. Talksport is radio equivalent of the Sun. Don't waste your time on that crap. No, it's not. I disagree with you, Kiam. Stop being a sheep. Paul Standor, well said, Paul. I think there are folks commenting on players that they have never seen live in the flesh. You have to remember Pep has put a squad in place to last years. It will only need a small tweak. We don't need to keep buying players. One a season is enough at the moment. The thing is, Haaland takes his chances. Jesus scores 1, misses 5. Oh, come on, Joseph. I don't know whether you're on a wind-up here because you're talking rubbish. I'll be honest with you, mate. I'll be honest. You're talking nonsense because you've seen him play a few games this season. Suddenly, in a crap league, he takes some chances. Come on. Phyllis, that's very harsh. He's 19, so it's way too early to tell. But despite where he's playing, his stats are insane. Come on, Ryan, stop talking nonsense. Right, I'll tell you what. Let's have a look at Haaland's stats. Let's put it up here, and we'll have a look at his stats. Right, let's take a quick look just to put this to bed. He's 19 years of age, okay, and he's playing in the Bundesliga. Fine, fair enough. So far, this season, let me just move this out of the way. Get rid of that. Let's see in the Bundesliga. He's played 8 times, scored 11, 5 assists. Okay, sounds very good. Played 2, scored 4. So, and the cup played 1, scored a hat-trick. So, if you look at his stats, okay, over those 8 games, he's got 11, played 11, scored 18, 5 assists, which sounds absolutely amazing. Incredible. Now, let's take a look at... sorry, just skipped out that. Let's just take a quick look at his full stats here. Right. His full stats. These are playing against... Rapid Vienna, SV Mattersburg, Wolfsburg, SKN Polten, Admira Wacker, WSG Tyrol, TSV Hartberg, and Austrian Vienna. Really? I'm just waiting for the Dog and Duck, the Partridge, the Red Lion, and another pub team to come up on that list. That's the level that he's scoring goals against. I mean, come on. Really? Wow. Only sheep listen to Talksport's deliberate wind-up channel full of rags. No, ditch it, you'll feel great. No, mate, you're the sheep. Listening too much to social media. Yes, we need replacement Sergio very soon, but Mbappe and Werner are ahead of Haaland for me. Gabi's record this season is very good. Remember that. The majority of football-related shows are useless. Is Werner's play style similar to Aguero? No, it's not. Mbappe is my main man. Pay whatever. After that, it's getting Werner at a bargain 30 million buyout. It's good buyout. It is a good price for him at the moment. Whether, if that'll happen, if City should suddenly show an interest, Ryan, would they get him to sign an extended contract for 5 years and then we end up paying 100 million? I thought he was somebody we might have got on the very, very cheap last summer. That was what I was listening to this morning. They were talking about the Ajax Academy. Really interesting listen talking about the Ajax Academy and saying Danny van der Beek, the fact that nobody has come in for this player, they just find absolutely amazing. I must admit, watching him in the quarters, the semis last season of the Champions League, I thought he was the standout player. They're all talking about Ziyech as well, who I think is he's a bit hit and miss. He's a bit of a Mahrez style player, but Danny van der Beek was the one that, for me, really, really stood out in that Champions League last year. And they were saying the same thing. This season has been absolutely amazing. And they're just saying, I cannot believe. It was the Dutch, I can't remember what his Van der something is called. And he was saying, I just cannot believe he's not in the Premier League. I just really can't. Premier League would suit him down to the ground. And he's an absolutely amazing player. And I tend to agree. I thought he was the standout player for Ajax in the Champions League last year. But he's still there, and he is definitely pulling up trees out there. Mbappe's my main man. Yeah. Jim told me. Didn't he have the bad... Paul Molden was good, never quite hit the dizzy heights he should have, though. His son plays in net for City, for the kids. Mbappe is overpriced and plays in much of the Farmers League as Haaland does. He'd cost a lot of money. Sorry, where was that? Sorry, a bit of a jump there. You've missed loads of posts on this, see above, sorry. Just getting tons and tons of comments in, so I'll quickly scroll back. Let me just go back and see what have I missed. Andy, don't let it wind you up. This is how I see it. Could be right, could be wrong. No, it's not winding me up, mate. I said, everyone's entitled to opinion. Burnley's Woods has the best finishing stats in the Prem at the moment. Should we sign him as well? Let's get him signed. Let's bin off Rodri. Let's bin off Sergio and Gabi for Woods. Rodri's an undoubtedly good signing. He could be a difference. He's a very good signing. Saying he scored in a few an average league is harsh on the 17 games since the start of the season, 28 goals. They are great stats at 19 regard. I'm not saying his stats aren't good. I'm saying the league he's playing in is crap. I've just read out the names. Now, if you think Rapid Vienna, SV Mattersburg, Wolfsburg AC, SKN St. Polten, Admira Wacker, WSG Tyrol, TSV Hartberg, and LSK and Austria Vienna are anywhere near any teams in the Premier League, then fair enough. I'm sure you'll find stats where if you go to the Stockport League, you'll find somebody who's got 46 goals in 8 games. Let's sign him up because his stats are great. Just depends on what the league is like. How many strikers score 9 goals in one match? Oh, come on, stop being stupid. How many people score 9 goals in one match? Come on. Yes, he got a hat-trick. Yeah, that's great. Gabi's got a hat-trick. But, come on. Let's not be, at least be adult about it. Can you imagine having this conversation about players 15, 20 years ago? I remember being a kid and thinking Derek Parley was the great. UEFA using bad officiating and punishments to put off top players from staying at City, as they think they won't win any personal awards. It's all a bit off and smells fishy. I'll be honest with you, mate. Do you really think if somebody is going to pay you 250 grand a week to come and play at City, you're going to think, hold on though, but I might not win this award? I don't think it means a lot. I'll be honest with you. I don't think it means that much. I think money and trophies mean a lot more than winning a personal award. Brian Gardner, a player can only be judged over 2 seasons. Yeah, because we always have one-hit wonders, don't we? Let's face it. Don't want him if he's like Drogba, decent but massively overrated. Still want Mbappe anyway. City allegedly interested in Dinamo player, forgot his name. Put Jim Tommy and Steve Kinsey in there, Paul, and the saviour, Paul Molden. Paul Molden was class. Paul Molden, section. Paul Molden, when I interviewed David White, he said Paul Molden was one of the best players he ever played with. He said he was exceptional, absolutely exceptional. Only Sheep Listen Talk Sport. It's a deliberate wind-up channel. I've said that already. Right, can I jump forward now and try and pick up where I originally was? Sorry. So I hope that's okay, Paul. There isn't a lot Ocean Rage similar to Sergio. To be honest, we will have to change our forward style when Sergio goes. Alexander, why do people call Liga Farmers League? They've got multiple clubs playing in the Champions League. I don't think it's a Farmers League, but I think you've got like 3 or 4 teams, and then I don't. Is it as strong as the Premier League? I don't think so. Is it as strong as Serie A? I don't think it is. Is it stronger than La Liga? I don't think it is, if I'm being honest. And stronger than the Premier League? No, I don't think it is. I don't think Liga is a Farmers League, but there is like 4 teams there or thereabouts, and the rest are pretty awful. If Pep extends his contract, then City must break the bank for him. Mbappe, Paul, Jim's perm was a beauty. I thought Van der Beek was their best player. Van der Beek was fantastic. Absolutely. He was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And I was looking at him just thinking, wow, this kid is really good. Then did it again. And this season, I've not seen much of him this season. I saw a very quick clip of highlights in a game. But they were saying this morning, he is amazing. Chelsea Beatty, give your head a wobble. Where are we on? Right, Scott Williams, have you got one, fella? Manchester City win domestic treble last year. They had a bloke called Aguero and a kid called Jesus sharing the striking role. Amazing how folk forget, says Ivor. Alex says, Andy, would you ever take Marco Arnautovic for City? No chance. Absolutely no chance. United should get him. He'd be their only good midfielder. Not now, Paul, but did have, when at school, a bit of a shocker fella. Chelsea says, Andy, how many strikers scored 9 goals? Oh, no, I've already read that one out. Marco was only just West Ham level alone. Less City level. Kiam says, Talksport is Mirko and propaganda, same as the Sun. No City fans should give it a minute. Why? I'm not a Liverpool fan, so it makes no difference to me. I don't buy into the Sun thing and all that crap. I mean, as all papers are crap. You only have to look at the shite that the Daily Mail, the Guardian, the Times, the Independent, all of those wrote about Raheem Sterling last season. All of them wrote about Raheem Sterling. Do we not read any of those? Do we ban those? Do we jump on the bandwagon? No, not for me. I make my own decisions, and I don't. If other people don't want to read them, don't want to listen to them, absolutely fine. But I don't push it down other people's throats. We often don't take into account that Van der Beek maybe doesn't want to leave. Yeah, maybe he doesn't. Ajax is a top Dutch team, and he's Dutch. They are like the Barca Madrid. That's a good point, Aaron. And they were also talking about the fact that obviously there's this meeting that's going to occur between the Belgium and the Dutch FAs, and they're talking about amalgamating the Belgium and the Dutch league in the hope that in a few years' time there can be this. There was the talk, I think a couple of years ago, about the Atlantic League, where Celtic and Rangers would join it, and it'd be all an Atlantic League with Scandinavian clubs and others all playing together in a European league that they know they potentially might not be invited to the new Super League and things like that. And they were talking about the fact that Ajax would definitely be invited to the 24-team Super League, that when the Champions League changes in a year or two's time. And Ajax are very much like, not bothered. If you want to join a league with Belgium, I'm not bothered, because we know we're going to be going into this new Champions League format. So they were saying that Ajax are very relaxed about it. So maybe he doesn't want to leave Ajax. Maybe Bradbury and Creaney and Conlon. Oh God, he's got him in. He's finally got him in. Creaney and Conlon. There you go, Martin. Rodri has been nothing but spectacular so far. Looks like a star already. He's been superb. Rodri can fix your broken donut. Radri, my broken doorknob. I'm in a hotel, mate. Smells fishy. No, I'm not going there. Hi, everyone. Blue Blood Fan TV. How are you doing? Brent Gardner, my knob's fine after the surgery. Oh, jump again. Sorry. So many people commenting. I'll jumped again. Let me go back and find where everyone is. Footballist, team sport, team awards over individual, yeah. Cutrone replacement for Oreo. I think you mean Aguero. Hi, GM. How are you? Bet you're good after last night. Yeah, good. Scrappy win. Thanks, Andy. Not trying to be a director. Just some good points up there. No problem, mate. What happens is, and obviously you don't see it, but if I come off screen and then suddenly, if I scroll, what happens is a big chunk of like 10, 15 comments come in, and it jumps all the way up, and then it's like, Jesus, I'm trying to find them where they go. So if it does happen and I miss some, please let me know, because I don't want to be accused like I have been in the past going, oh, you haven't read out my comment. I do try and read out everything, but just sometimes it just a massive jump appears. Thank you, section. How is the high-pitched voice? We've got a Chelsea fan channel here. Hi, mate. Yes, it's GM, or Blue Blood Fan TV as they're now called. That's their new channel. Ivan says, I played against Paul Molden when he played for Bolton Schools. I was playing for Tameside Schools, Andy, with Sir Paul Lake. 1984 was the year. There you go, mate. So Ivy, you're around my age, mate, because I was playing for Manchester Boys in 85. French League is a big step down in quality from England, Spain, Italy, Germany. One team dominates, the rest produce young talent cell, just like Farmers do there with their stock. Pretty good comparison, that, Ryan. Glad you got my name right. Blue Blood Fancy, I just read your name, no problem. Yeah, a lot of people tend to remake it. Then you can never complain when they talk shite. I never complain. I don't complain. I am not one of the people who go on and go non-stop all over Twitter about Talk Sport. I don't do that. I don't do it. I complain at certain journalists who write articles and things like that, but I don't go on it. I don't go mental over Talk Sport. I'll mention something that's been said, but I don't go mental over it. I just don't. I listen to it because I know that when it's clickbait and when it isn't. I know that Durham will sometimes throw something, but I'll also know when Durham sometimes sticks up for City on the flip side of that. So I know when Jason Cundy and Andy Goldstein clickbaited. You can read it. You know it. You know it is clickbait. So you don't react to it. You don't take much attention to it. I listen more to, I'm not so much for the presenters. I'm more into what some of the guests they get on, who actually are really interesting to listen to. Not the presenters, because the presenters have to create stuff. I mean, as much as I used to dislike Simon Jordan in particular, and he's made some comments about Manchester City, but he's also made some really positive comments about Manchester City, about the way the club's run, about the likes of what Vincent Kompany's done for homeless people, when sticking up for the likes of Vincent Kompany in Man City, when other players are doing other things. So, there are sensible. It's like anything. Go on Twitter, you're going to get idiots, but you're also going to get people that talk some sense. That's just the way it is. Now, I don't say everybody you shouldn't listen to it because they're this, or they shouldn't because of that, or people can do, it's free world, they can do what they want, and nobody's going to tell me what I can listen to and what I should listen to and what I should read and what I shouldn't read. And I wouldn't tell anyone else what they should read and what they shouldn't read. I don't say, put on Twitter, everybody ban reading the Daily Mail, everybody ban Neil Custis, everybody this. It's up to people what they want to do. They're adults. So it is what it is. But I'm certainly not going to follow what other people tell me I should and shouldn't read, or I should and shouldn't watch. I've got my own mind and I'll make it up. My own mind up. Andy, did you have the impression that the atmosphere at the Dinamo game wasn't that good? I wasn't there. Martin's on. Maybe Martin can tell you if he's still on. Martin didn't think the atmosphere was great, even though the Dinamo fans were making a lot of noise. Forget leagues. I'm waiting for the Interplanetary Cups that the women asked Mourinho about at the Best Awards. Don't know what that's about. I'll be honest with you. Just VC music my ears. I'm watching Rangers instead. Let me make childish jokes about them beating young boys. Yeah, that was on there. I saw someone on Twitter earlier. Andy and Ivor are talking about their childhood Cue the Hovis music. Shut your face, you. Just because you're 36, is it? Don't claim you're 21. 289 to be precise. Andy, if you roll back a week, you will see... What? Sorry. Jump. Sorry, another jump there. Bragger. Andy, if you roll back a week, you will see raised texts. Don't know what that's about. I've no idea, Brian. I don't know. Phyllis says, Paul Molden scored over 200. He did. Yeah, that's fact. That's true. He did. I'm not sure whether actually David White talked. He does talk about the amount of goals that Molden scored at youth level. Unbelievable player. Absolutely unbelievable. But he did. That is true, Ivor. I'll be listening to TalkSport tonight after the football. Another fact, pal. You never scored against Tayside. You weren't a defender, were you? Or a goalkeeper? Adrian Doran's job is to get people ringing the landlines to TalkSport. I get my landline ringing all the time without trying. Usually Michael's soft support. Yeah, I get that quite a lot. Enjoyed their morning show on the day of Vinny's game, talking about Sterling after the comparisons to Ron and Messi as well as the game. Had a few ex-players on too. Look, this crap on there, and if it's crap, just turn it off if you don't want to listen to it. But there's also some really interesting stuff. I have a £399 refund for you, sir. Yeah. Or one of your relatives has died and left you. Atmosphere was flat, says Martin. Either that was because of Lakey or you. Martin, are you on? Sounded so dead on TV, says Ryan. There you go, quick answer. 21, thank you. Yeah, in his dreams. Was it flat because of the Champions League game? Oh, sorry, another jump. Make Martin go train with the kids, Andy. Yeah. Anyone who thinks he's 21. Oh, because of the opponent. Phyllis, Big Blue Rabbit, you want bank details. Blimey, I'm having 80s flashbacks. God, we were crap. We were. There is a small portion of positive city on TalkSport, but in the main, it's red propaganda shite designed to attack our club. You're free to give them money by listening. But I don't give them money. We'll have to disagree. I don't give them any money, mate, because I don't pay for it. So, and if it's red, crappy shit stuff, I just turn it off. Don't have to listen to it. Paul Lake was untouchable when playing for Tameside. Ooh, another jump, I'm sorry. Oh, where's that gone now? Sorry. I have to find it. Sorry, guys, just a massive jump with more and more comments coming in. Martin says the atmosphere is generally flat for UEFA Champions League games unless it's Madrid or Barcelona or later in the comp. Everybody switched off, really, the fans. Certainly, yeah, in the group games, it's never really as great, I must admit. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Spurs game, the quarter-final game at the Etihad was absolutely amazing. Absolutely incredible. Brilliant game, absolutely amazing atmosphere. Always had the soft spot for Lakey. Great. Oh, brilliant player. Absolutely superb player. Remember, we are only 9 years into the comp. Liverpool and Man U have had years and years of champions. We're still kind of new. Good point. I was left back, pal. Stopped playing footy to play Union, mate. Ah, right. Okay. Train with the kids. No thanks. I used to listen all the time, but I was so angry afterwards I had to leave it behind. As you say, though, each their own. Well, then there you go. You've answered your own question, Kiam. If you allow them to become so angry, that's your problem rather than theirs, mate. It sounded dead because we were too busy catching bottles of piss. Wasn't really bothered, just wondered why fans were silent. Ryan is going to kill me. Only a joke when Ryan returns. Right, so we were discussing the whole thing before. Well, Stu Brennan's wrote about it. Everybody and his dog has seemed to wrote about it today when the news broke this morning that the UEFA had charged Manchester City. I'm just going to quickly go through Stu Brennan from the Manchester Evening News, his article earlier. Like I said, there are Sky ones, there are all sorts of stuff. But he's basically said that Dinamo Zagreb faced the prospect of playing a Champions League group behind closed doors after being hit with UEFA charges for their fans' behaviour. It's amazing that Stu Brennan, writing about City on the MEN, talks about Zagreb being fined. Yet the BBC, Sky, everyone else talk about City being charged rather than the other way around. If I take Sky Sports, Man City charged by UEFA over fan behaviour against Dinamo Zagreb. They don't lead with, and Dinamo Zagreb have been fined, and they could be banned, and they could be this, and it's all City headlines with the exception of. So, as Kiam just said, do I want to give them any more time or air? No, I won't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over and I'm going to talk about what Stu Brennan said in a more balanced article about Manchester City. So, he said, Zagreb faced the prospect of playing a Champions League group behind closed doors after being hit with UEFA charges for their fans' behaviour. Supporters of the Croatian champions, known as the Bad Blue Boys, ripped out seats and used them and other objects as missiles during their team's 2-0 defeat at the Etihad Stadium on Tuesday evening. Both clubs have been charged due to their fans' throwing of objects after City fans hurled missiles back, while Dinamo face an extra charge of causing damage at the stadium. This case will be heard by UEFA's Control, Ethics and Disciplinary Body on October the 17th. But Dinamo are already in a probationary period of 2 years after their supporters were found guilty of racist behaviour at a Europa League game against Benfica last season. They were fined, listen to this, they were fined £17,800 and forced to play their Champions League qualifier against Georgian side Sabutalo Tbilisi in an empty stadium in July. £17,800 fine for their fans being racist under UEFA investigation. An order to play a second game behind closed doors was deferred for a probationary period of 2 years. If UEFA finds them to be in breach of that probation, Dinamo will be ordered to close their stadium for the game against Shakhtar on November the 6th. Again, will that affect Shakhtar fans? So Shakhtar fans can't now go to Croatia. That will not directly affect City, but any appeal by the Croatian club, which is unlikely, could see the matter deferred again. UEFA would normally deal with an appeal quickly, which would mean the closure would stand for the Shakhtar game. But any delay could mean that the closure is applied to City's visit for the final group game on December the 11th. City fans have been stung by UEFA's decision-making process in the past, with hundreds left out of pocket when the CSKA Moscow Stadium was closed in 2014 after supporters had already booked flights and accommodation. So, the point we have here is they're already under a 2-year probationary window, Zagreb, because of the racist chanting that they were fined £17,800 for. They got a 2-match ban, which is as in closing the stadium for fans. They had 1 match which they closed the stadium. The second one was deferred under the probationary period. Now they're being charged again, which means that they're definitely going to get at least 1. And the thing is, will they up it to 2? Because if they up it to 2 or they defer it, it could be mean that the stadium ban closure will affect City. Don't know how many are going to go out there, but there you go. So absolutely amazing. It is unbelievable. £17,800 fine for racist chanting. Anyway, Zagreb caused all the problems, and we are the headlines typical, just typical really. Again, I was less than 100 yards away. Mahrez, Abdelatalif, Superior, they only broke the same number of seats United fans claim are always empty, maybe even 50 yards. If I scroll down, let's say 20 yards. Ming Wong, no chance of Leicester beating Liverpool. Section says UEFA are just a massive joke and so corrupt it's laughable. They are. Superior being we're the only ones who pay the big fines. We are. Joseph says kick them out of the Champions League, cancel the rest of their games. Oh, sorry. I have to scroll down a lot slower. Kick out, cancel the rest of their games. Let us, Atlanta and Shakhtar, battle it out. I think Leicester may get a draw against Liverpool, says Martin. Easy Liverpool win 3-0. Bernardine, hi, the guys not good with these 6 p.m. starts. No problem, buddy. Ryan Corrie slept through most of the game. Dinamo mostly because I was ill, but I don't care much for the Champions League. 9 times out of 10, you know who's going to go through the group. That's the problem with the group stages. It's generally, unless you've got some big teams in there. The problem being is, I'm guessing if you don't win your league, the chances are you might have to go into pot 2 or 3, and you might have some exciting games. But if you win your pot, you generally avoid most of the big teams. What's that? Everyone thinks we always agree. I don't know what that means. I'm going to have to start docking points from Martin. You got cheeky. Time for me to go mad with my power. Time for me to go mad with my power. Yeah, I will save Liverpool again. Going for 2-2 Leicester, you reckon? Good job, Zagreb fans weren't eating concrete. Ooh. Leicester will nick a draw. Dinamo have let themselves down. Half time in the biggest club in the world are 0-0 with the dog and duck from Glasgow. You were talking about, is it United? I'm guessing. I don't know. I guess it would be harsh to dock points. He's done it a week more than most players. He's still only got 12 points. Ocean Rage, mid-table team, only 18 behind Kiam, Martin. I'm coming back, Ryan. I will be top soon. Martin is just so... you can't knock his confidence. Zagreb fans were awful, but had some nice handbags. Yeah, I know. I saw that, Bern. I saw your tweet earlier. Andy's so confused by this prediction war. I am. I don't get it because I'm assuming I'm not in it, even though I have posted my predictions. But I'm guessing I haven't done it on the Discord, I must admit. Or rather, I don't know. I've lost count. I even forgot to change my team last week for fantasy football. I've got under your skin tonight, haven't I? You've got under my skin. Not under my skin, mate. People don't get under my skin, buddy. Didn't put his predictions in the Discord. All right, so I've got to put them in. Okay, I'm guessing I have to put them in. Why are we getting chat? Oh, water ball. I've just read it out about 2 minutes ago. We've been going through the charges because City were throwing. Apparently, City fans were throwing missiles back at the Zagreb fans for throwing seats at the City fans. I've got to have confidence as I have seen myself in the mirror. Oh, it's a defence mechanism, is it? You're in the overall table, yeah, but you did do last. Oh, right, okay. Sorry, I forgot. I did actually put. I tell you what, if you want the truth, and you can take if you want last week's. I posted, and this is the thing. I posted my results. I was asked, and here's if Kiam's still on. Kiam was doing the prediction thing with Martin, and I was asked, and Ryan, I was asked my scores. I was assuming that Kiam was going to put my scores up in the prediction league video, and I don't think he did. So I gave him my scores, and my scores are here. I can show you my scores. I can tell you what I have, and I can't even remember the results, but let me just see if I can find them, and I can tell you them, and you can give me the points, baby. I can't remember what they were, but I did post them to Kiam. I definitely did. I'm sure I did. I might have been via Twitter. But I can post them to you, Ryan. I'm sure I did. Maybe I didn't, but I'm definitely sure I did. Let me just quickly see. Was it before the Everton game? It would have been before the Everton game, wouldn't it? Okay, let me just scroll back down. Let me have a quick look. Was it? It might have been via Twitter if it's not on here. Yeah, it was definitely. I definitely did. Let me just go back up, and I'll see. While I'm doing that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just quickly talk about City, who have confirmed a signing, and I was too busy trying to find the scores that I definitely did post to Kiam. Kiam might have them, But anyway, City Football Group have signed Oriel Antuna from Mexico's side Santos Laguna in 2017 and registered him to Manchester City. It says the Premier League winners allowed the winger to join FC Groningen on a 2-year loan deal before he moved to LA Galaxy on a temporary transfer earlier this year. His current deal at the Etihad runs down in 2 years' time, and according to Fox Sports Mexico, the player has signed an extension, and his new deal will keep him with the English champions until 2022. The report further adds that the confirmation of the player's contract extension should be made official in the coming days. Antuna has enjoyed a good year so far, as he's made his debut for the national team, was also part of the Mexico squad at the 2019 CONCACAF Gold Cup. He netted a hat-trick and an assist against Cuba and has taken his overall tally to 5 goals and 3 assists in 9 appearances for his country. Antuna stressed the new City contract has been a reward for fine performances. He says the new contract is a result of things that I have been doing well thanks to the effort and sacrifice. Being on the field gives you a lot of experience, a lot of confidence to play, to touch, to throw, and do all of these kind of things. He told Fox Sports, my dream is to be at City and fight for a place there. There are world-class players, but nothing is impossible. I will fight and try to be in the best team in the world. So there you go. That's Oriel Antuna, who's playing out on loan at LA Galaxy, and is also already playing for the Mexican national team. Now, as we know, the Mexico team are pretty decent. So maybe we should bring him back instead of Haaland and get this kid in at Manchester City. So there's a little bit of news on a signing. Obviously, as we know, we spoke earlier about Liverpool. I can't find these results. I don't know where I've sent them. I definitely did. I gave the results to Kiam. Maybe I've gone back too far and I've missed them. But overall, let's just go back and just finish off with having a look at what else is coming up and what you've said. Just put 3 down for all games. Yeah, I normally do say 3 games. You are fine by me, Martin says either. Am I above Andy, Ryan? You probably are if he's not took my last week's results into account. Then obviously if I've missed a game, mind you, I think by all accounts you've been that poor this season, Martin, that I could quite easily be above you, even though I've not got any points for putting in the scores for last week. But I don't know. I don't know where I was. I thought Ryan, you said that I'd done quite well up to that point. So maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. Maybe you're above me. Maybe you're not. We'll wait and see. So I'll try and find this, and what I will do is I'll post them to you, and then you can see. No, they don't count now, Andy. Sorry, no, you can bugger off, Martin. You're not in charge. No, they don't. No, Kiam protecting his lead. Yeah, Andy, DM me them on Twitter or something. I'll add your points to them. Thank you very much, Ryan. Sorry, it was very last minute, so they didn't make it on. Give me them this week, and they'll be on. Thank you. But I did send them though, didn't I, Kiam? You know that I did send them to you. I definitely did. That's without a shadow of a doubt. I know I did. I don't know where I sent them. Maybe I did. Maybe I did WhatsApp them. I don't know. I'll find them, but I will send them to you, Ryan. If that's allowed, Ryan, now what my previous 2 weeks had as well. Get lost. Fine for fielding a late team. Is the signing Haaland? No. You're above Andy, yes, Martin, but only because I play more. So not for long, mate. I'll post them in Discord, Ryan. City sign. Oh, cheers. So you have got them, Kiam, I'm assuming. If so, thank you very much for posting them. City signed Kylian Mbappe for Thrupp and Sapin. Kiam has confirmed, Ryan. He didn't. He did, because he just said he'll post them. Stop trying to make me go bottom. You will be going bottom. I'll do my best to get down to Etihad on Sunday and finally meet you, pal. That'd be great. Don't forget, Ivor, come over and have a chat, buddy. Thanks, Kiam. Will you be at the Wolves game? Yes, we are. Ivor had listers and comp to meters rule. Either add listers and comp to meters rule. And your results are in Discord now. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. Thank you for doing that. I need to get over to Discord on more. I've just, because I'm obviously away. I've first, I must admit, first I've had a chance to check it. So I'll have a look over. I will have a check when I finish this vlog. 11 points, Andy. You are up to 18, so you're above Martin. Get in. There you go. And apologies this week. There'll be 4 sets of results on the video. Andy, Martin, me and Ryan. Thank you very much. No problem. Third for last weekend. I'm confused now. You're a nice man, but this is United's time now. Yeah, of course, Eddie Video Star. Of course it is. How? Remember that programme? Fred Dinage. What's the change, lads? Just out. What's the chat? It's about City. Obviously, all the trouble that Man City caused BB, throwing missiles at the Zagreb fans. Well, apparently UEFA are charging us for that, but they're also charging Zagreb for doing the same and also ripping up seats and causing damage. So there you go. But anyway, listen, that's it. No more Mr. Nice Guy. When is the quiz? I don't get back to the UK until Saturday. I'll be home Saturday evening. So if anything, it'll probably be Sunday night. Sunday night we'll be doing the quiz. So don't forget, Jerry, come on. And the games section, I do apologise. I keep forgetting to message my wife and say put the Vincent Company testimonial programme in the post and give her the address. But I've just been that maxed out and working late tonight. So what's tomorrow? Oh, tomorrow's Friday anyway. So I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll get it all done when I get back on Saturday night. I'll put it in an envelope. I'll get it out first thing Monday morning to you, buddy. I do apologise. But do me a favour. Do me a massive favour, section. Will you just send me an email reminder? Because otherwise I'll probably forget again. Send me an email in Fiverr. Just say company testimonial programme. And it'll remind me to put it straight in and get it sent to you. You got 6 points, game week 6 and 11 for last weekend. Both got Spurs 2-1 and City 3-1 right. Keep watching United's Glory Years all on video. What's the next quiz about? Don't know yet. I'll have to decide. Give me some ideas. Give me some ideas if you want to, rather than me just decide. Give me some ideas and tell me what you fancy. Remember, we've done City quiz. We've done music. We've done films, and we've done geography as well. So we can do an amalgamation. We can do a general knowledge if you want to. Quiz, don't worry. I'll get cheated out of it and everything. Excellent. Oh, yes, I'm sulking. Is it a biscuit quiz? We haven't done a biscuit quiz per se, have we? We've had biscuit elements in bonus rounds, but we've never done just a solid biscuit quiz. I don't know whether we'll do a biscuit quiz. That's Martin down another place in the table. Cheers, Andy. Oh, God. Chumped, sorry. Cheers, Andy. I'll get here when it gets here. Yeah, mate, just do me a favour, though, please. Just send a quick email to me on mcfcfantv@gmail.com. Just say, Vinny's testimonial programme, because otherwise I'll get stuck with something else and I'll forget it. So I want to get it done because there'll be another prize for the quiz night. So, where's Blue Art, the quiz king? I don't know. I've not heard from Blue Art for a while. Maybe he's away on holiday. Hope he's all right. BB, I saw UEFA completely whitewashed their farcical errors on Tuesday night. Cheers for the update, Andy. They're absolute roasters, they are, mate. Unbelievable. Martin says, Sunday night, remember the game, pal? Oh, God, yeah, shit. Yeah, I forgot all about that. Oh, no, but it's 12:30 kickoff, isn't it? 12:30, isn't it, on Sunday? So, be home by 6 o'clock. So, can still do one, maybe not. Maybe Monday night then, because by the time I get home, and if I just say to my missus, I've got home, I'm having dinner now, I'm buggering off and doing it. Maybe Monday night might be better. You're right. Sorry, I forgot about that. Keep thinking it's on. Yeah. Right. Sunday night. Yeah, you're right. Sunday night might not be great. I'm off, bugger off the bloody lot of you. Cheers, Ivor. I'll see you Sunday, mate. Will do, mate. Thank you. By the way, I got your programme Tuesday. Thank you, mate. Appreciate that. Big talk with little output. Martin appears to be the Man United. Manchester history. Ice cream quiz. Stadiums. Oh, yeah, maybe. Yeah. But then I'd have to probably try and show you something. I could do it. I can do it. because now that the way that was set up, I can do that, because of what I can do is I can put images into the programming software, so I can actually upload that. Good point, that. Hey, BB, because I have done a number of these stadium quizzes before on Twitter, and I did one with Gary James where he never replied back and said I was right, because I know I was right. I don't know whether he just didn't like my answer, but it was right. It was in Italy. I want a Man City 90s quiz. Yeah, but then it discounts people who weren't there in the 90s, potentially. God. Sorry, guys. Thank you, everyone, for all your comments. There's been absolutely loads tonight. Any other videos now? What I meant to say is that Man United is playing as you are live now and may take away from your view. So I doubt it. Quiz on the car message. Can we do a quiz on Haaland? Joking. Yeah, we can. We'll do that just for you. General knowledge would be good. Yeah, we might do general knowledge. Have an idea for a quiz. Animals quiz. What, the band or animals? What am I going to say? All right, sorry, I missed that. Me and Andy and Kiam against you lot on Man City Knowledge channel versus subscribers. Loving the channel's growth. Keep up the good word, mind and motion. Thank you very much. FIFA 20 episode coming out later today, episode 2. We've made signings. Oh, I wonder who they are. I have to have a watch of that when it comes out. 2 p.m? Is it 2 p.m. kickoff? Oh, if it's 2 p.m, then yeah, definitely. By the time I get home after filming and everything else, it'll be too late. I can't really come home at 6, 7 o'clock and have some dinner and then tell my wife I'm buggering off to do a quiz. It's probably not very fair because she's off this week. So, and I've been away all week. So that's later today, my time. So UK. So AM UK. Oh, tomorrow morning. All right, okay. So tomorrow morning, the FIFA 20 episode 2 will be out. Alexander, hi guys, it's Andy from Man City Fan TV. Well, or how is everyone today? Hope you're well. What's that all about? City Mad 2, City Mad 14 at 1400. Thanks. Yeah. Don't let Blue Heart know about the quiz. Oh, you're evil. BB says 2 p.m. Yeah. Thank you, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the mini bar. Not had anything out of the mini bar, I'll be honest with you. I will win at stadiums. Believe me, I'm awesome. As long as you do old ones. Well, yeah. Isn't that funny? You're 21, but you want us to do old stadiums. Yeah, I think you sort of like let yourself your cat out the bag there, mate. Blue Heart's been revising for the quiz. Can we get a quiz on goal scoring keepers? Need a Jimmy Glass question. Man City Fan TV versus subscribers. Everyone was watching United for some comedy. Great vlog, Andy Sorfer would say, no, mate, you're not. Hey, listen, it's all about debate. Absolutely, of course it is. Just because you disagree with me and I disagree with you and I disagree with Kiam and Kiam disagrees with me. That's what it's all about. It's only the same as if we were in a pub. We're going, and I go, I disagree with you. No, I won't want Haaland. You go, yeah, it's great. That's what these live vlogs are about. Nothing wrong with disagreeing. And certainly don't get upset, mate. Not unless somebody's offensive back, then I definitely don't take it to heart. Not at all. Not at all. You just keep it up, buddy. Otherwise, it'd be a bit boring if we all just went, yeah, I agree. I'm going to do a Guess Martin's Age vlog. Jesus Christ. We can tell you that now. It's somewhere between 35 and 40. He's certainly not 21, Ryan. Ryan Corrie, I think I love seeing them lose nearly as much as City winning. Did I get it? Did I get what? He's not 21. You're definitely correct. He's 50. He's not far off. You never irritate Joseph? No, not at all. Kiam, you decided who the other club you'll do a career mode is yet? It's about you, Andy, becoming legendary. Your intro, right? Okay. I just do City Ryan and a little bit of Ultimate Team. I don't have time to do 2 career modes, which I did. Joseph Beatty is the most controversial watcher here. Not wrong with that, mate. We like controversy as long as it's objective. Cheers, Martin. Has anyone told you how handsome you are? Any plans on playing other games? Ooh, good point, that Ultra Rage. Martin is 18. His paper round was in Siberia. No, they haven't, Joseph. Thank you. Maybe after a couple of seasons, top team careers get boring after a couple of years, gets too easy. Nowhere near 50, cheeky bugger. Right, guys, listen, it's Andy from Man City Fan TV. I want to say a massive thank you for everyone. Again, loads and loads and loads of comments on here today, and everyone. It's been a really, really good chat. And like I said, listen, don't ever, think that you can't disagree. Absolutely. Disagree with me, Martin, Kiam, disagree with each other. As long as you're not rude to each other and offensive and gets personal, there's nothing wrong with disagreeing. Nothing wrong whatsoever. It'd be pretty boring if we just all agreed on everything. Andy, did you bring your guitar over to Latvia? No, I didn't, mate. I thought Martin looked 30. Really? Cheers, Andy, and everyone. Thanks, Leonard. Later, Andy and guys. See Bernard. I ain't speaking to Andy on Sunday now. Get Kiam doing Minecraft Let's Play, building little city player statues. Love him, really. I hope I don't come across as rude. No, not at all, mate. Not at all. If you did, I'd tell you. I'd say, hey, mate, you're a bit rude there. You're going training with the kids. And I'd tell you. I just simply would. I don't agree that we can disagree. I don't agree that we can disagree. Have a good evening, Andy and all. Yeah, I got Martin's age right, though. Did you? Wow, what age did you give him, Alexander? I'll tell you the truth. What age did you give him? Don't let him kid you. I'll give you a clue. He was 16, if you watch the Everton vlogs. He was 16 when he went to the 1999 Gillingham playoff final. 1983. Yes, Alexander, you're spot on. Martin is mad with power, he is. How dare you? Martin is 23 tops. Yeah, of course he is. Right, listen, I'm going. I've been on for, Jesus, again, another massive vlog tonight. I got it right a few days. All right, I apologise. You played the entire story yet. I'm going now. Love you all. Listen, take care, guys. Thank you very much for all your comments. I'll be back tomorrow night. I'll be back doing another vlog with you guys. It's Friday night. I've got no work. I don't have to fly out from Latvia until leave Riga around about 2 o'clock in the about 12 o'clock in the afternoon or 1 o'clock in the afternoon, something like that, via Oslo this time to Manchester. So I'll be home, or I'll land around about 5:30 back in the UK on Saturday. So Saturday, the chances are I'm not going to do a vlog Saturday. I can't because by the time I get home, it's going to be sort of 7-8 o'clock. But I'll be back tomorrow. We'll be around on Sunday at the Wolves game. So don't forget, if you are there, please, we'll be there around about 11:30. Come over outside the Blue Moon Cafe. Come and have a chat with us before or after the game. Don't be shy. Come over. Even if you don't want to come on camera, just say hello and say, oh, I'm so-and-so. You're more than welcome. Safe journey, Andy. Take care. See you, BB. Yeah, don't forget, if you know people who are not a subscriber, please hit the subscribe button, hit that bell icon, comment below the videos, and if you're late and you're only just catching this now, don't forget this will be live on the channel in about sort of 20-25 minutes, and you'll be able to see it all from the beginning, where we talk about the fact of City being charged by Uefa, the fans, for the Zagreb fans, and what was happening. The fact that Bernardo Silva's Portuguese manager says it's completely absurd about the things. We talk about the signing of Oriel Antuna, who is on loan currently at LA Galaxy and has signed an extended contract. And we discussed about the fact that Liverpool receiving a fine and everything else to do with Man City news and your questions today. So anyway, take care, guys. Have a wonderful evening wherever you are in the world. This is Andy from Man City Fan TV, and we'll see you soon.